There are places in the world which are so steeped in history that it becomes difficult for them to move beyond it. For such places, every step into the future comes with a reflection of the past. But none quite like Jerusalem. Its 6,000 years of recorded history has made it the living embodiment of the story of human civilization. Hello and welcome to another episode of WAC and Epified. This week we talk about Jerusalem, the disputed capital of Israel and Palestine, a city which continues to inspire history and its biggest disagreements. Jerusalem's importance in the world stems from the fact that it's considered a holy pilgrimage site to followers of three of the world's major religions: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. The Jews consider Jerusalem holy as the site of the first temple of Solomon, which contained the Ark of the Covenant, or simply the Word of God. For Christians, Jerusalem is the site of the Church of Holy Sepulchre, widely believed to be the place where Jesus Christ was crucified. For the Muslims, the al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem is the third holiest shrine after the Mecca and Medina. They believe that this was the site of Muhammad's revelation and ascent to heaven. Now you think that with the word of God so close at hand, Jerusalem should be like a spiritual, tolerant place. But it seems to have had the opposite effect. In its long history, Jerusalem has been attacked 52 times, captured 44 times, and completely destroyed at least twice. First, the Jewish settlers of the Kingdom of Judah were conquered by the Muslims. Then came the Christian crusaders who threw out the Muslim caliphs of Jerusalem and destroyed the city. The Muslims reconquered Jerusalem, and now, since the birth of Israel, there's been a feud between the Jews and the Muslims over the city. A lot of people have tried to explain Jerusalem's incredible religious significance. One theory talks about the presence of ley lines. Ley lines are considered global alignments of sacred and natural features, which mark out the paths of flow of spiritual energy around the world. For some, Jerusalem's spirituality is because of a ley line, which connects the Church of Holy Sepulchre, the Temple Mount, the Pyramids of Giza, and the holy site of Mecca. This alignment is called as the Abraham Triangle. Also, starting from the Damascus Gate, the pattern of construction in Jerusalem describes a pentagram, a five-sided sacred shape which in the Bible denotes the 5 wounds of Jesus. This pentagram is placed on the ley line joining Jerusalem's holiest shrines. God is truly in the details here. Knowing the religious devotion and fervor in this city, the UN wanted to keep Jerusalem out of Israeli and Arab hands as a sort of international city, back in 1947 when Israel was born. But itchy fingers be damned. Arab states went to war over it with Israel, and by 1967 all of Jerusalem was Israel's, including the eastern bit which was mostly Arab. In spite of global objection, Israel declared Jerusalem its capital. They even established the national parliament, a supreme court, and almost all government ministries here. In response to Israeli defiance, most countries shifted their embassies out of Jerusalem. Israel did relent and allowed a Jordanian religious board to administer the al-Aqsa Mosque. Jews are not allowed to enter the Temple Mount where al-Aqsa stands. They instead pray at the Wailing Wall, a remnant of the Second Temple of Judaism. The last time an Israeli leader, Ariel Sharon, entered the Temple Mount, it provoked a furious response from the Palestinians, which they called the al-Aqsa Intifada. There were waves of attacks which killed 4,000 people. But the history of Jerusalem is not only of war and hatred. There are enough and more instances of tolerance. Did you know that Jerusalem's first Muslim ruler, Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab, refused to convert the Church of Holy Sepulchre into a mosque? He also vowed to protect his Christian subjects. Legend also has it that when Muslims first came looking for the spot of al-Aqsa Mosque, Jews helped them find it. Together they also cleaned the dirt from the Temple Mount. Even today, in spite of the constant feuding, Israelis and Arabs have found a way to coexist peacefully in this beautiful historic city. It's not easy, but it's possible. A lot of kids in Jerusalem attend bilingual Hebrew-Arabic schools. There's a deeper intermingling of people as they move about in search of homes and jobs. In fact, There are institutions like the Abraham Fund and Jerusalem Intercultural Center, which are specifically meant to promote Jewish-Arab dialogue through art. Of course, we can't wish away a sticky situation. Disagreements remain. Palestinians want East Jerusalem as a capital of a Palestine state, and the Israelis won't even talk about giving up or breaking up Jerusalem. So this great city remains at crossroads. Jerusalem contains more different versions of heaven than any outsider can imagine, wrote Israeli writer Amos Oz. Despite this, Jerusalem continues to experience the hell of ethnic strife and conflict. We leave you with that. Share this video, subscribe to our channel. Tell us what you think is the best way to counter religious hatred. Let us get together and spread some love around here.
It has been found that almost like 70 to 95% of our population is righty, and the other like 30 to 5% are known to be left-handed, and a very small population is ambidextrous.
It is believed that the name Sai was given to him by the people of Shirdi, where he led the life of an ascetic by meditating all day under a neem tree.